Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Jim Carroll with Advanced Solutions, and today we're going to discuss our warranty tracking product, warranty and equipment tracking product. Um, at Advanced Solutions, we serve the needs of the supply chain market and the finance market, and we've got about 10 modules. Our philosophy is to augment Acumatica features. So everything we develop is in the Acumatica framework. Typically, it's to provide competitive advantage versus the Acumatica competitors. And we like to solve difficult challenges and oftentimes go to markets that currently aren't served by the overall Acumatica offering. In the supply chain area today, we're going to talk about warranty and equipment tracking. We also have a tool for a light manufacturing suite that interoperates with warranty and equipment tracking. Our brand is the Flex MFG brand, and we serve all markets within manufacturing. We also have a tool for integrating with warehouse management software packages that are used at 3PL or with ShipStation. So in the market today, you've got general purpose tools that do business system to business system integration. We provide it right out of the Acumatica marketplace. And then we've got some tools for advanced sales order to purchase order linking and advanced multiple ship to on one line. In the finance area, we do inter-tenant intercompany versus within the tenant intercompany. If you've got multiple tenants or multiple instances, we have a tool for you. We do requisitions. Again, we're filling an area that's not served by Acumatica for the construction edition or project accounting. And then in e-commerce, we do multiple or high volume settlements for things like credit cards, AEX, PayPal, and other merchant services. But let's talk about warranty and equipment tracking. So a couple of bullet points, and then we'll get right into the software. Bullet point number one is that the equipment can be either owned by the customer or owned by the company that uses Acumatica. So tracking this equipment and its features can serve both needs. So it can be internally owned equipment or equipment, as an example, on consignment. And we handle multiple locations, whether it's at the customer and they've got 10, 20, 50 sites, back to that multiple ship tos per line, or it's company owned and you've got lots of sites in the company and you've got equipment that you're utilizing. The tracking itself can be created off of a sales order or its shipment, or off of Acumatica's CRM. So some of our customers will generate the tracking off of a case within CRM, or you have the ability to do it off of a sales order as a shipment. And then one thing that we do is we create this unique type of equipment class. So this can correspond to item classes within the standard Acumatica item master, or you can set up a series of classes for equipment and warranty tracking. This is going to give you your history on the product, details, comments, that type of thing. Again, we're integrated with Acumatica, so it's going to tie into all the Acumatica workflows and notifications. Like your warranty period's expiring and you want to send an email to the customer to let them know, because maybe you're selling that after the warranty period, you're going to sell a service contract, that type of thing. And then you can do return material authorizations and repairs on the product. So with that as a introduction, let me go right to the software. So in its history, in Acumatica, you've got the equipment and service module, and that module has an equipment tracking tool, but a prerequisite is the service management module. That's not the case here. We work independent of the service series, and at its inception, we called it light equipment, and on my demo system, that's the label that we provide. But this is the equipment and warranty type tracking. And I mentioned that first of all, we've got an equipment type. So in this case, the equipment type, you, the customer, can define. So I define that customer type. So now I'm creating a record. And when I create that record, I've got the equipment type, and tied to that equipment type can be all sorts of attributes right out of Acumatica that define that type of equipment. I then have the ability to take that equipment type from warranty tracking and to tie it right into an inventory item out of my item master. So I've got this relationship now. So now I'm tying this to this TIKES. And then one of the neat things is it can be serialized or not serialized. So I can sell the model 101, or in this case, the Con Baby Little Tykes uh, uh, bottle or bike, and tie that to an equipment type with attributes. And then I can either serialize it or not serialize it. And the secret sauce is that when I set this up, it creates an equipment number. And it's actually that number, that unique identifier, that's tying this item to the equipment and warranty tracking. And I mentioned in the beginning that it can either be owned by the customer who's buying the Con Baby in this case, or the company that may have it at its different branches. And, maybe again, it's used for marketing purposes or maybe consignments, that type of thing. So you have the ability again to either track this as company owned a product or something that the customer buys. Now, when the customer buys it or takes delivery of it, what we've got a warranty and service coverage. The warranty is when does the warranty start? So typically when I ship it, it's going to pre-populate the shipment date. So that's when I know I deliver it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the warranty kicks off on the shipment date, because you can also track the installation date, and then from there, either the shipment or the installation determine what the warranty period is in months, weeks, days, years, etc. And then you'll have the warranty beginning and ending. We also have, if you've got a type of product that has a life expectancy to it, this might especially be a company-owned product, you can do a disposal date on it. So you can say, hey, this thing is out of usage as of a date in the future. So I go from there. Then I've got this whole concept of service coverage. So now I'm covering either a warranty period or it's not on warranty, and I'm covering the service period. I want to back up here just for a moment. Service period, and then I've got the ability to have service levels on my contract. So 1 hour response is premium and they pay a higher rate than basic response, that type of thing. So nice feature in the product. And then again, the duration of the service coverage and when it ends. And then I've got my source info is from where I generated this. And I mentioned we can generate it from a sales order or a CRM. So if I do it from a CRM case perspective, then I'm going to be able to tie that to CRM case. It's going to have a reference number to the entry in CRM. It's going to tie it to the equipment number. And then as I track my interactions with the customer, now I've got the ability to go take a look at my customer history, and that's going to include CRM reference. So other features that I have on the equipment type is that I mentioned that under components, sometimes I might sell the model 101 as an example, but I also have bundled with that lots of items on a kit. So I want to not only include the item itself, in this case, the Con Baby Little Tykes, but maybe I've got 3 or 4 things associated with it that I bundle together as part of this equipment number, which is I'm providing warranty or service on. So we have the ability for an individual item out of the item master or bundled items, which is a nice feature because then I can, uh, 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 as a firm, put together a warranty or a service contract on a number of components associated with an end item, and those components can come out of the item master or not. So a nice feature for it. Excuse me just for a moment. I'm going to go back to 440 here. Let me talk too about the details. So on the details, this is going to be information on those subcomponents. So it could be their serial numbers, it could be the subassemblies associated with the item information. We're showing you how we go to a table to define all these details. So extra items and then details on the items, things like serial numbers, etc. So we're giving your support team lots of good information on that which has been shipped to your customer or is in a location that the company, for company-owned equipment and its data. We already talked about attributes. So the attributes are per the equipment type and can be, again, either required input data or data for information. Then we have a history table. The history table is going to show the life of the product in and out. Maybe the warranty's gotten changed, that type of thing. So you have a complete history on the product and its warranty and its service levels. So that goes on and on, again, tied to CRM, tied to cases, so that if you've got customer service group, they're working CRM, you've done a bunch of quotes to a customer, they've got a couple of equipment items that are under warranty, you got a complete view in CRM associated with that. Last point on this item is the menu itself. So we've got, as I mentioned, kits with components. You can use processes, again, to communicate with your customers or to create a case exact. If you have a product that once you ship it, it automatically goes to warranty, you can set that up automatically. So you're using Acumatica's workflows there. We've got inquiries, your basic GIs and things of that nature of the items and the equipment and the components for the equipment that are under service contract or under warranty contract, a thing on history, and then the preferences is your setups for things like the attributes and whatnot, setting up the equipment. So that is the rundown on our warranty equipment tool. We have the ability to put in any questions that you might have in the Q&A section. I'll be more than happy to answer them. We'll make this presentation available to you. We have demo sites. We're right now literally upgrading the product to 23R1. So if you would like to have a test environment to give it a test drive, we make that available as part of our product offering. We do that for some of our other products. And so I will leave it now for any questions. And if not, we will follow up with you tomorrow with our data sheets and our videos and that on the product. I've got a couple of associates on the line with me, Lindsay and Jake. Anything, Lindsay or Jake, that I should add?
Let's see. I don't see any coming through at this time. Oh, look, I just see one come through if you want to get that one.
Okay, sure. Any real world examples? Yes, we have a medical device company. Product goes for like about $30,000, $40,000. They sell to universities and firms that do analytics on blood and that type of thing. So their customers buy multiple products and they tie this actually to the case system because they want a full view of the history of the customer, including the buying and selling of products, the multiple locations that they are, and then whether or not a given item is in warranty or in service, and they tie that into cases. So that would be a real world example. And I hope that answers your question. Okay, well, if there's no other questions, we like to do these webinars and get them done between 15 and 30 minutes to protect your time. And of course, again, this will be available in a recording. Lindsay, what's our next webinar on? Do you
Let's
know?
see. Hey, Jim, we got another one about which industry this would best be for.
Typically, industrial equipment manufacturers is the best industry, in my opinion. So you have, the concept of what you sell, what you deliver, which would be the bill of material, the actual product, industrial product. I just mentioned a medical equipment tool that does blood analyzers, and then how it's maintained. So what's in the product, and then has it been returned for repair? If it's been returned for repair, what are the serial number, what are the serial numbers and version numbers of the components in the end item? So you're tracking that. So that's typically industrial equipment is what the main market would be for this, in our vision, the warranty and equipment tracking. You can also, though, do for consumer products and whatnot, if you're selling warranty, you're in the distribution or manufacturing marketplace. And so you have just base warranties on products and you want to track it, or you want to sell service contracts. And there, it doesn't have to be high-end industrial equipment. It can be, items of any time that you are generating a warranty on. So this, again, is a way from our philosophy of marketing the Acumatica product. And this is a way of warranty and tracking products that the Acumatica user ships to their end customers. And that would be the benefit of this product.
Hey, Jim, and now another one. How would you actually build a service contract?
You would build a service contract. You could use the contracts module within Acumatica, or a basic service or a basic sales order, and sell a non-stock item, which would be your service contract. And that would last for some period of time. You could use revenue recognition capabilities also, just like, the Acumatica license, where you sell something for, pick a number, make the math easy, $12,000, and it's a $1,000 a month. So you'd recognize the revenue at $1,000 a month, but you'd have a service contract that you would sell annually, in my example, for $12,000, or $1,200 for $100 if it's a lower end type of product. So those are your two options that we have seen.
Great. Now that's all the questions I saw come through. You mentioned what is our next topic. So our next topic is August 1st, and we will be covering our 3PL warehouse management software integration module.
Fantastic. So that was one of the supply chain modules that we mentioned in our ability to have Acumatica communicate with third-party warehouse management packages. Think Manhattan and Associates or Oracle's warehouse management. There's a tool we just did for 3PL. And here you're kind of tricking Acumatica ERP into thinking that the third-party warehouse logistics company that the Acumatica user utilizes to do their fulfillment and warehousing services, that their location is in fact an Acumatica warehouse location. So all of the tracking and dashboards, etc., all the communication between the Acumatica ERP and the warehouse management system is done within Acumatica versus utilizing a third-party tool like a Jitterbit or a Celigo. So with that, we thank you all for your kind attention. Please reach out to us. We'd love to give you a copy of the software to to exercise yourself on some of our demo systems that we make available, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much. So.